Alright, RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3 has started, and guess who was in Episode 1? It's me. It's me. They featured me 4 different times. Alright, this Ask Misty is in reply to everyone that has wrote in and asked me about RuPaul's Drag Race. I've gotten people asking if I'm going to audition. I've got people asking my opinion on what I thought about being featured in the casting videos. And a lot of people are asking my thoughts on this year's contestants, so I will address all of that right now. You know what? Maybe Season 4 is my year. Maybe not. Maybe Season 5 is going to be my year. You never know. I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and secretly, I'm kind of glad I'm not in this season because of Raja. I have been a fan of Raja's since I first saw her on America's Next Top Model as a makeup artist. And after doing, what, 15 years of makeup artistry on America's Next Top Model, mama, she's no joke. In fact, if I'm going to make a prediction, I'm going to predict right now that the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3 is Raja. Because she knows what they look for. She knows what the camera wants, she knows what the runway wants, and I think that she is going to turn it, and she's going to turn it completely amazing. And I do believe that everything happens for a reason. So this year wasn't my year, but I do hope that next year or the year after or one of these years, I do hope that they pick me. But I am very glad that they did choose me to talk about me in the casting. And a lot of you are asking my thoughts on who is cast. And I'll do that real quick with you. This year, I've only seen one episode. It just started. And again, I mentioned that I love Raja, and I'm a big fan of hers. I think that she has just enough club kid and just enough pussy power to turn it. And again, of course, she's got makeup artistry skills. She's been a makeup artist for a million years and been working with the America's Next Top Model team, and she is going to be amazing. So she's my pick for the win. Let's talk about the big girls. There's Delta Work, Mimi I'm First, and Stacey Lane Matthews. I actually know Mimi I'm First. I met her in New York, and one thing that this girl has is she's very, very, very determined. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she hired a mafia hit. She was going to beg, plead, and steal, and I'm not surprised to see her on the show. She's very, very determined, and me and her became friends both online and in person when I visited New York. I actually got to meet her, and we have been friends. She actually hired me to do a wig for her in New York, and I think she's very, very funny. I think she's going to be great television. I'm not sure if she has enough talent to back up her bark. I do think that she is a lot of bark. You know, a lot of people talk a big talk. Like Season 2, Mystique, she was like, blah, 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 I could throw down. But mama, if you don't have enough to back up your bark, or if enough to back up your punch, you're not, it's just not going to happen. And I'm afraid for that for Mimi. I do love her. I think she's amazing. She's also now one of the Lips girls in New York, so we're another type of sister. And I do think that she's very talented and funny. And I'm crossing my fingers for her, but I don't think she's going to make it very far personally. Stacey Lane Matthews. She's the real fish girl. Real southern-like, real gentle. And again, on the first episode, when she asked, do you think I'm a threat? And none of the girls looked at her and said, yes. And she got a little offended, I think. But don't ask questions if you don't want the answers. And I personally, I don't think I'd be threatened by her either. For example, she's never been on a plane before, you know, and let me put it this way, you're only as good as the people you compete with. And if she's only performed at one little town or one little state, I'm not sure that she's diverse enough to compete on this level of this show. Whereas people like Mimi I'm First and I, for example, we performed in Wisconsin, Las Vegas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Dallas, Texas. I'm going to be in, or I was just in Houston, Boston, and I love traveling. And I'm not saying that you have to travel to be fierce, but I'm afraid that she's going to be limited. You know, you could be the big fish in a small pond, and when you get to the international circuit, they're going to look at you and be like, What were you thinking? And I do think that she, so far, from my first impression of her, I do think she's sweet, but I think that she's got the real fish look, real nice, real girl looking like, and I don't think it's going to carry her very well. But Delta work. Mama. That big girl. That's the big girl I'm going to put all my weight on. No pun intended. But I'm going to put all my money on the big Delta work. I think that she is the big girl that's going to make it the farthest. Unless they keep Mimi on first, because I do think that she's going to be great television. She's not afraid. She's from New York. She will pick a fight. She will shove you. She will put it in your face. She ain't afraid to talk shit about nobody. And for that, I think she's going to make great television. So they could keep her for that reason alone. But Delta work, I think she's the most polished of all the big girls. And I do think that she's going to represent the big girls completely. She's the one I'm rooting for. And I don't know. I just have a feeling about her. So far I'm rooting for Raja, the winner in my opinion, and my big girl winner is Delta work. Now let's go to the skinny girls. We have the Puerto Ricans, Alexis Mateo and Yara Sofia. I think they're both amazing. And Yara is giving me Nina Flowers down with her contacts and her paint and her beat. I think both of them are going to do well. I think Yara could be like the Tyra Sanchez, as in like the quiet one in the background until towards the end when she sneaks up and starts to take over. I don't know much about her except for that she's has amazing photos, and I think she could turn it. Alexis Mateo is in Tampa, and I do know her. And I do know that she's not afraid of confrontation, so she'll be great television as well. And she's very pretty. And I think she's going to do well as well. So far, I think everyone's doing well. Let me see the other girls. Manila Luzon. I met her as Carl in New York. Her husband is very good friends with one of my drag sisters. And we hung out for a couple of days in New York. And she's very sweet. I think that she might be a little too nice. In fact, I think she's going to be offended very easily. But I think she's gorgeous. And I think that on the first episode, when she was one of the top costumes, she truly deserved it. She was very polished, and I think that she's going to be amazing. I don't think she's going to make it very far on the show. Like I don't see her being top 5 personally, but or definitely not top 3. However, I do know for a fact that she's an amazing graphics artist, and she's very, very pretty, and she's a super sweet person. So I think that will carry her for a bit, but not as far as she will want it to. Orindia Ferreira. I am a big fan of the All-American Goddess system, for I was the Sunshine State All-American Goddess 2010 at large, and she was the 2009 All-American Goddess skinny, and very talented. And I love a girl that can beat a mug. This bitch is not afraid of makeup. She's not afraid of the cosmetics, and for that, I thank you. She could dance. She's got amazing mixes. She is the complete package as far as I'm concerned. She can do costumes, she can do lip syncs, she can do hair, she can do makeup. She's going to turn it. She's one to watch out for. I think that she's going to make it to the top 5 easily. Mariah from Atlanta. I don't know anything about her except for the fact that when she walked in on opening Hello Everyone, We're Here, with her ponytail snatched back and her long legs, very intimidating. But in the cast photos with her silver dress, I didn't like that look. I didn't even know it was the same girl from the ads of RuPaul's Drag Race. I was shocked that it was her. So she's hit or miss for me right now. Again, I've only seen one episode, but I think that she's, from initially walking in, she's a threat and one to watch out for. Carmen Carrera. All I know about her is that she's always naked and that she's a boy. She's not a transsexual. And she works in the New York club, so I've heard of her. Very cute boy, very pretty girl. And if she can, like one of the judges said, you can't rely on your body. And if she can, you know, put some punch behind her bark, then she'll be a force to be reckoned with as well. But I do know that she's very well known in New York, in the New York area, and I do know a lot of people are rooting for her, including me. I hope to see her go very far. And I don't know, but I don't know enough about her to tell you yes or no. I don't really see her making top 5 right now, but she could surprise us. We'll see. Venus d-lite. I think Venus d-lite's light was put out too quickly. In my opinion, Shangela should have went the first week. Again. And I think that they were too nice. Just like last year, Mystique should have went the first week. And they were afraid, in my opinion, to make the fat bitch go first week 2 years in a row. Because they were like, oh no, we can't chop the fat girl. Mystique did not deserve to last till the second week. She deserved to go the first week. And I think that they were afraid to eliminate Shangela the first week again. And for that, I think Venus d-lite had to suffer. Shangela, and I know that Shangela beat Chad Michaels in California and went to nationals. And I did see some YouTube footage of Shangela performing, and she was beyond amazing. Her mix was together, her costume was together. In fact, her entire package was together. But for a pageant, you can have a team of people around you. You don't even have to do your own hair or makeup or anything. You have people make your clothes for you. You have people do everything for you. You just got to perform when you're on the stage, and she can do that. But when you put her alone at RuPaul's Drag Race and say, fend for yourself, I don't think she has what it takes. And I don't blame her for auditioning again, especially now that she's, you know, Miss California Entertainer of the Year, thinking that, wow, I'm now a title holder, I could be amazing. But mama, anybody can be a title holder. Being a title holder doesn't make you pretty. It doesn't make you talented. It doesn't make you anything. You know, especially if you're the only contestant in the pageant, which I know is not true for her. But there are pageants when there's, you know, 2 contestants and the best of the 2 win, even though they didn't deserve to be top 10 in any system. That being said, I do think Shangela is not a force to be reckoned with this season either. And that leaves Phoenix from Atlanta. Phoenix. I think Phoenix is going to make it pretty far. I can really see Phoenix being the top 5. I think she's a very talented girl, and I don't see her putting up with people's shit. And for that, she's a force to be reckoned with. So look out for Phoenix, in my opinion. So for those of you that said I look like one of the girls on the RuPaul's Drag Race, I don't know who you think. I've heard people say I look like Delta Work. I've heard people say I look like Mimi I'm First, and I've had people say I look like Stacey Lane. And for all of them, I am complimented because I love all of them. Again, Mimi is one of my sisters, and I adore her. But who are my top 5? My top 5 are Raja as the winner. I see India Ferreira. I see Alexis Mateo. I see Phoenix Atlanta. And if a big girl makes it in top 5, I think it will be Delta Work. If not her, I can see either Mariah or Yara Sofia. That will be my top 5. But mark my words, I can see Raja winning down. You know, she might be like the Trojan. You know, like when she walked in with that eye on her face, a big hat on her head. I mean, people were like, who is this creature? But watch out. The bitch is talented. And she's going to turn it. And I'm excited to see this season. This season I'm really, really excited to see these girls. And I'm so glad that the big girls are there. And I truly believe that one year a big girl's going to win. I do believe that. Just like in America's Next Top Model, when Whitney won, nobody saw a big girl winning the America's Next Top Model. And I do see it happening. And I don't think this is the year for that. So maybe I'm glad that I'm not in this season. Anyways, I will be auditioning again. And hopefully one day I will make RuPaul's Drag Race. So that was my opinion on the RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3 girls. And yeah. Thanks for asking, and I guess that was an Ask Misty. Thank you so much.